one of the coverages that people often neglect to have, and I don't even know that I necessarily would say that I have recommended for every small business that's starting, is umbrella coverage. It's one coverage that as you're growing, you should definitely have. And one of the reasons I always recommend it is because it sits over top of your liability, your hired and non-owned, and your workers' compensation. And we've actually been seeing this come into play on auto losses. So
wow.
The umbrella can run usually from $450 up, depending on the size of the business, scope, what you're doing. But if you haven't had an umbrella policy, it's something that as you're growing, I would say definitely if you've got, people on the road in cars, you definitely need to consider it, because we're seeing these claims come in and they're pretty high in premiums. So in losses that they're paying out. So one thing that I wanted to share, did you have any questions before I go on with that?
Just, I guess it's kind of a basic question. Have there been any changes or anything that we should know about, like deductibles on auto? Or is there deductibles on anything other than auto?
There are. So general liability, depending on a class of business, I always write a deductible. And
Okay.
I'll usually write a $500 deductible. And that's because I don't want small stuff turned into the insurance carrier. Even if it was small, you would never turn it into an insurance carrier. I don't want them to know that.
Yeah.
On vehicles, comprehensive typically has a deductible, and I tell people get a low deductible. Comprehensive is a very inexpensive coverage. It will cover you for windshield damage, animals, rocks on streets. It can cover you for theft of a vehicle. Collision is a little bit different. Collision, I always say take a higher deductible. At least $1,000 is what I'm recommending to people. That's where you'll see a savings in your premium. If you go with lower deductibles, you're not going to see it. And small claims that are collision, you don't want them turned into the insurance carriers anyway.
Right.
Workers' compensation can also have a deductible. I don't write policies with a deductible. We've had people that have never had a loss, and then all of a sudden in a year have had like 5 losses, and all of a sudden they're stuck with all of these deductibles at one time. It's not enough of a policy savings to save a business owner any money. Okay. So don't take a deductible on your workers' compensation at all.
Okay.
Yeah.